One of the first steps of improving or developing an effective integrated solid waste management program or an integrated solid waste management plan, an ISWMP, is conducting a waste stream characterization. Waste stream characterizations for purposes of ISWMPs can be conducted using national and local data, but conducting a waste stream characterization within your own community will yield the most effective results and data. Waste stream characterization entails going through your waste stream to determine the types of waste, sources, amounts, and characteristics. There are various methods and areas of focus for conducting a waste stream characterization. Components of analysis are the sources of waste, the types, and the amount of different types of wastes. The types of waste relate to regulation as well as handling. Waste types include hazardous, non-hazardous, municipal, and other types of waste. During this analysis, you might find that you have a substream of wastes that overlap sources. For example, within municipal waste, there are various substreams, including household hazardous wastes, bulky goods, which are too large for regular pickup, like furniture or appliances, automobiles or similar items like boats, as well as large agricultural components for farm chemicals or containers. Additional sources that may factor into your characterization include household or residential, commercial, industrial, construction and demolition, small quantity generators, tribally owned businesses, BIA, IHS, casinos, and as mentioned, ranches or farms. It is important to identify in your characterization the source of wastes. The source of the waste factors into issues of enforcement, compliance with regulations, financial sustainability, and with respect to the handling of wastes, whether they're household hazardous waste or just classified as hazardous wastes. Within these sources, you must identify the characteristics and amounts of wastes. For example, the amount of recyclables or non-recyclables, or more in depth, the amounts of individual types of recyclables. For example, glass, aluminum, plastic, or other types. You will likewise need to sort for the amounts of food waste, electronics, construction and demolition debris, household cleaning products, otherwise known as household hazardous wastes. The ways of achieving this data vary widely and require multiple considerations depending on your resources, staffing, community needs, and interests. You can do volunteer programs with a set number of households or businesses that give you their trash instead of sending it out or dropping it off at the convenience center. Households can self-sort the trash for you, for example, sorting out recyclables before turning the waste over to you. A set number of families can do a waste sort for you, for example, employees, or you can utilize clear space and go through trash before it is transported to the landfill. Depending on your community, you may need to warn community members that you are conducting a waste stream characterization, so they are not surprised if they find you sorting through their trash. There are also data sources you can rely on for all or part of your waste stream characterization in order to complete your integrated solid waste management plan. For example, a hauler will likely have in your bill data amounts of the type of waste that was removed, from where and how frequently it was removed. So you can use this data to do a very broad waste stream characterization. The local landfill or state national data also provides similar but less specific data. When conducting your assessment, be sure to get a wide variety of samplings from your community. The larger and more diverse your community, the more sampling you will need for a thorough characterization, which includes data on the generators of waste, including residential, business, industrial, tribal governmental, and other institutions. Likewise, larger tribes may have communities that live very differently from one another and therefore produced completely different waste streams. For example, more rural parts of your community versus urban may have more food waste versus recyclables. If your solid waste program handles casino waste, you may want to provide a sampling from there to determine whether a recycling program would limit your disposal costs. As already mentioned, you may want to conduct your waste stream characterizations during certain time frames. For example, if you have a yearly gathering, fiesta, or powwow that draws a lot of visitors to tribal lands, a sampling during that time frame will have different results than during other times of the year. If your solid waste program is conducting the sampling, it is important to consider your worker safety. You must go through the waste and determine the types of wastes that are being produced by that source: food waste, plastics, aluminum, glass, etc. If you are not having volunteers sort their own trash for you, you are dealing with wastes unknown, including dangerous chemicals, sharps, or bacteria. Remember to use proper safety precautions during sorting of other people's trash. Minimum HAZWOPER training and personal protective equipment will be required if you conduct a waste stream analysis by sorting trash from your community.